Ford Philippines has launched two of its legendary vehicles, the all-new Mustang and the first ever Bronco for the country. Of course, we have arm sleeves at the ready because we're here at the Clark International Speedway to check out how these two vehicles perform.
The Mustang needs little introduction for Filipino enthusiasts. After all, it's been around since the 5th gen model was available roughly 12 years ago. In that time, it's managed to change its character while still being true to its DNA. It still is as American as apple pie, but it's got a global twist now. My first impression, it's a huge car. There's no way in hell it'll be nimble around the Clark International Speedway. Outside, it's a clear evolution of the Mustang bloodline, and this will definitely please purists. However, I'm not so sold about the interior and the not so sporty vibe. Generally, I have no qualms about freestanding screens and all, but call me old-fashioned, but they seem to be out of place in a sports car. The electronic parking brake, fashioned like a traditional handbrake, is cool, but ultimately it's a novelty. Like most Recaro seats offered as OE, the front thrones on the Mustang are manually adjustable, but they offer just the right amount of bolster. All my preconceptions though melt away the moment the Mustang gets on the move. Without a doubt, the main draw here remains the V8, and opening up the soundtrack using the active valve exhaust system makes it really come to life. With the car set at track mode where traction control intervention is minimalized, it puts the MagneRide damping system on the spotlight. It makes the Mustang feel like a much smaller car than it is. It feels planted with almost zero body roll and high levels of grip. This creates a big gap between the visual and visceral experiences. On one hand, you're driving this big cruiser. On the other, it handles like a bantamweight sports car. Floor it on the start-finish straight and the needle will quickly sail past 200 km per hour. Good thing the Brembo brakes can scrub off all that speed before the first corner. Using electronics to trim off the Mustang's maniac behavior has tamed its inner beast in many ways. It may have less driver involvement than other old-school sports cars, but the 7th gen Mustang is still heaps of fun. Ultimately, it should make it safer and more approachable on the road or track. With its chief competitors all biting the dust, Ford is writing a new chapter for the all-new Mustang. No longer is the Mustang the butt of cars and coffee's jokes, rather it's a player in the world stage of sports cars. By applying a new trick or two that way, it makes this the best Mustang ever made. The biggest advantage to the Bronco, in the Philippines at least, is that it doesn't have to live up to any legend or history, except maybe for O.J. Simpson, a white Bronco, and what seemed like the slowest car chase caught on American television. Buyers here will have zero experience on what a Bronco is or what it can do. Essentially though, they're buying the all-new one for its impressive off-road hardware. Thankfully, Ford's delivered on that promise big time and has made the Bronco Outer Banks fit Sacobia's Lahar Dunes as perfect as a pair of leather gloves minus murderous intent. As a nameplate, the Bronco's been around since 1966. It was developed originally as a two-door off-roader. Ford discontinued it after 1996, replacing it with the Ford Explorer. Today, the 6th gen Bronco's back with a design brief that harks back to the original. First, let's talk specs. The local spec Bronco comes with a Sasquatch package. Like the large, hairy creature, it's built to tame the forest. It comes with big boy mud terrain tires, beadlock wheels, and a high clearance suspension with high clearance fender flares. The way the Bronco looks is more function over form, as engineers wanted to give it as much of a generous approach and departure angle straight from the factory. Of course, designers couldn't help but give it some retro cues. Now, because the top and doors are designed to be removable, there are constant squeaks and rattles around the cabin. And mind you, that's with the hardtop already integrating a sound deadening material. Now, if you could live with them rattles, bring the Bronco on a trail and will give any off-roader a proper schooling. The boosted 2.7-liter V6 offers low-end grunt, making it great for pulling itself up and over any obstacle. The 10-speed automatic with its expansive ratios also help maximize all that power. It has impeccable traction that you can simply power through any terrain. Through the looser, more powdery stuff, the GOAT or GOAT modes is put to good use. With a single switch of a dial, it goes through 7 available modes to automatically adjust steering, handling, and powertrain characteristics. It even comes with both front and rear locking diffs when things get extra hairy. Placing the Bronco through the obstacle course is easy enough with its high seating and squared-off hood. The standard 360-degree camera also comes in handy because it shows exactly where the tire patch is. The best trick the Bronco does, however, is trail turn assist. The course was designed with 2 sharp turns to showcase how the unique feature eliminates the need for 3-point turns or J-turns in tight spaces, one of the biggest challenges when driving out on a trail. Activating the system takes 2 steps: a press of the button on the dashboard and a full lock of the steering wheel. Once activated, it shows on the digital dash. Listening to the system at first makes you feel like you're destroying the vehicle because you hear all sorts of mechanical drones, but again, it's all part of the design. Turning the wheel straight disengages the system, while turning the wheel to a lock automatically switches it on again. Now mind you, this feature isn't designed to work on pavements or hard surfaces. All things considered, the Bronco is a well-spec'd machine for its price. It will definitely attract the sort of clientele looking for value. However, this SUV is much more. To consider one without even taking it off-road simply means you're taming an unsupposedly untamable horse. In short, it's not understanding what the Bronco's designed to do well in the first place. This SUV is a tough and capable machine, yet it's also extremely fun and easy to drive as well. So here's hoping owners will make 100% use of it.
We definitely had a blast driving the all-new Mustang right here at the Clark International Speedway, and of course the Bronco, and especially made off-road track. We can't wait to drive these vehicles more in depth, but for now, we hope you enjoyed our first look.